Hello guys, so today I have come back with another video about Virgos. So today I will be talking about what are Virgos like. So I believe Virgos are very much misunderstood because they're very introverted personalities. It's however, they have a lot of good qualities, they have a lot of bad qualities. It's a yin and yang, however. But I would like to go in depth about what Virgos are like. Because this is the most misunderstood sign. I would like to put some light on what they are like, how are they thinking, what they want. So in general, Virgos are a very feminine sign. Both if you observe a Virgo man and a Virgo woman, both of them are very feminine. They're very soft spoken. They're very diplomatic in nature. They're very they're very coy, most likely. They're very coy. They wouldn't be out speaking unless and until you have moon and your rising sign in some other aspects, like fire signs, more extroverted signs. Then I wouldn't say anything. So Virgos are very intelligent as well. They are ruled by Mercury. So Mercury is the fastest planet and very analytical, which um, because of the planet Mercury, their ruler, because of this, they become very analytical. They become very fastidious. They become very industrious. They are they also are very observant when it comes to their health. They're very health conscious and what they put into their bodies. So when it comes to Virgos, they're very shy, and they wouldn't really um, express a whole lot about themselves. They're very private as well. They're very similar to Scorpios as well. They do have a similar sign where Scorpios has an arrow pointing outward and Virgos have their arrows pointing inward, if you know what I'm talking about. So Virgos are very goal oriented, they're very meticulous, they're very shy, they would just be very clean freaks. They're more like very mellow and chilled kind of people. If you do have a friend and if you resonate with some Virgos, so it's good to have them around. However, they do have dark sides where they can be insecure within themselves. They can be very obsessed with perfection, because somewhat they are so not satisfied because they're always after perfection. They're always after um, having this thing into a perfect standard. They have very high standards, so it's really not easy pleasing a Virgo. So coming to the topic in general, Virgos are very, as I said earlier, they're very mellow. They're good mannered. They also do have a very good qualities as well. Like unlike Leos, they're not really flamboyant. They're not very flashy. They're not very they're not very extravagant. They're not very extroverted. This is a more of an introverted sign unless you do have an extroverted rising or moon sign or other planets in your birth chart. So it's if you are to judge a Virgo, if you are to observe and understand what they are like. They're very feminine, they're very gentle, they're very polite, they're well mannered, they're very soft spoken, also, they're very methodical, they're very analytical. And being an earth sign, they're always moving from one point to another, they're always moving forward. They do not want to be stagnant. I think that is the right word for Virgos, is they do not like to be stagnant. They always want to keep progressing. Having earth element is more about solidity. They would like to have solid plans. They would want to have their steps, their legs planted deeply on the ground. They're very grounded, um, and they are much likely uh, in a frugal, what I would call that, in a frugal plane. They wouldn't be spending a whole lot of money. They're very reasonable. They're very sensible. They're very practical as well. This is, I would say, Virgos are very simple. They are very hardworking as well, very industrious, very much to themselves as well. So if you are to understand a Virgo, these are some kind of qualities you can observe and know within yourself. They're very quiet, reserved. They wouldn't be as extroverted as Sagittarius or Leos. They're very quiet. However, depending on their Mars sign as well, uh, depending on their arrogant planets that might be in their birth chart, I would say that would influence their behavior otherwise, but more likely a Virgo inside, sunshine personality is um, very much just into themselves. They're very quiet. They would party. They like to have a good time. They're more matured. If most also they're very very smart. Most of the Virgos I know is very, very hardworking. They're trying to be perfectionist. And the most important thing is, the most admiring quality about them is that they would always want to be better. They would always want to keep climbing, but not more likely to, not more likely to show off, or not more likely to be boastful about things like other planets, other sun signs. They're more like they just try to be very quiet achievers. They want to keep moving forward and not to be boastful about their accomplishment. They want to do it for themselves. So this is something very very quality, very envious quality, that they have. So yeah, there can be other bad qualities about Virgos as well. I wouldn't say they are perfect, because even though they are perfectionists, they're very they do have bad qualities as well, like being very overly analytical, making trying to make a decision is very difficult for them, because they try to see the pros and cons of the whole situations, and they would want to first know what is more beneficial for them, what is the right decision for them to make. So it's very not easy being a Virgo, because Virgos are very analytical. They would like to know everything about every situation. Suppose if you are to date someone, and if you want to be sure about someone, then they would analyze 100 scenarios. They would um, analyze the compatibility, analyze a lot of things. So they would just want to analyze a whole lot of things. So rather than prolonging this video any more longer, so in general, Virgos are hardworking, very studious, industrious, very simple, low key. They do not like to be in the spotlight until unless they have extroverted planets that are ruling their chart. So overall, if you want a Virgo in your life, they will also give you some kind of good advice, because they have good eye for details. They can observe. They're very observant. Are if you are telling them a lie, they probably would most likely catch it, because they are very observant. They are very very observant. They will know each and every detail. So I have I remember two most admirable other qualities about Virgos is they are always very punctual. Most of the time they're very punctual. They're always on time. They value time. And the second thing is they have a very good memory. Suppose if you have offended a Virgo, and within 2 to 3 years, you might forget about it, but the Virgo will never forget. They will remember that, and they will somewhat come back. They might come back and get a revenge, or they might not. But however, most likely they will never forget things. If you have offended them, if you have treated them in a certain way, and they will have it in the back of their mind that they will always remember that you have offended them, the way you reacted, the way your thought process was so very bad and very disgusting towards them and towards other people. They will always remember, and they will keep you in a distance because nah, they are good people, and they would not value you in their lives. And once uh, they have cut you out of their life, they will cut you out of their life forever, because they do not have time for games, because they are very goal oriented. As I said, they wouldn't waste their time. If they do not like you, they will just completely ignore you and be done and keep moving on their own adventures. So good luck if you'd like to have a Virgo in your life. You'd rather just um, be yourself, because they do not like fakeness. Be very loyal, as they are very loyal. They would never try to cheat on you. They will always be a good friend, a good ear to listen to if you're in trouble or anything else. They're very reliable people, reliable friends, spouses, loyal people. So if you'd like to have a Virgo and earn their trust, it's worth it. However, there are from some bad qualities as well that I already mentioned. So try to communicate with them, as Mercury is also a planet of communication. So try to communicate and have them by your side, because they are very reliable people. So in general, Virgos are just just an earth sign, if I would say. Yeah, they're very earthy. They're very simple. So this is my general analysis of how Virgos are. So if there's any other videos or any comments or anything, any other ideas you would like to put in, please put it in the comments below uh, to help you with another videos to entertain you and whatsoever. So peace out. Thank you. Have a good day.